The WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, let's do it, Jeremy and Tanner.
All right, it's another edition of the WCB Podcast. It's Jeremy, it's Tanner. What's up, bud?
Nothing much, man. You know, just an actual good week of hockey.
I know. Is this what confidence and pride in your team feels like?
Yeah, well, we know what it feels like. It's just we haven't felt it in a while.
I said I confirm it was still the same feeling. I wasn't
Yeah.
really misunderstanding it here.
I think it's like that 2008, 2009 feeling where you're like, oh, we were bad for a while, but like, hey.
Oh, look at this.
I think the feeling's more nostalgic now at this point, which is pretty cool. Because nostalgia hits different, you know?
Oh, hell yeah. Lots to talk about. You got the Welcome to the Reichel show. You got Stalock, which I guess we've been saying it wrong, or I've been saying it wrong. I don't know how you pronounce it.
I mean, I say Stalock.
Stalock. I don't know. It's whatever.
It doesn't matter. I think Chris Foster is called Soderblom something different like every single
every single period. It felt like.
Yeah, I call him Soderbomb, and he's like Soderblom. I'm like, all right, dude, just relax.
But so he had a little bit of a game himself. We got some Kaner news, which is it's getting kind of weird and interesting a little bit. A lot of different stuff out there, implications possibly. It's a nice little thing to kind of look down here with a little bit of a time off between games. Potts played 3 games since the last time we record. We got our All Star, and I don't understand it. We'll get to it in a second here, but and then we'll always wrap it up with some NHL questions, and I have a little bit of a Riding Pine question for you.
Cool.
So let's kick it off with the Hawks 3 games. As we were recording last week, they were playing Tampa Bay. Tanner congratulated Stamkos on his 500 career goals. The bum couldn't even put one up.
I mean, everybody's setting milestones against the Hawks, and this guy just couldn't put 2 goals in. Are you kidding me?
He did get an assist though, so he was able to get assists.
It doesn't matter.
You want to talk about milestones though? There was a big one this game. 4 minutes and 50 seconds into the game, Seth Jones puts the puck in the net. Why is that such a big goal? It was a power play goal. Cool. Why does it matter as a power play goal in a dog shit season? I'll tell you why. It is the first power play goal by a Blackhawks defenseman in 124 games. Holy shit.
That's hilarious. I want to know how many days that is, because was the shortened season 2 years ago, right? So it was like it could have been like the beginning of the shortened season.
Yeah, because wasn't last year the first 82 game season?
Yeah,
COVID and all that.
So it was during the season that started in January.
So it was like the 56 game season.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
It was almost like 2 full years, because that season started in January, so it would have been like late January, early February.
Holy shit! That's not good.
No. Yeah.
And if I'm remembering it correctly, didn't he score it too, like in front of the net? Like he wasn't even from the fucking point.
Yeah, he was standing like next to the crease.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. But yeah, Seth Jones' second goal of the year. Big numbers. Remember those numbers when we get later into the episode here.
That's right.
Assist from Radish and Domi with his 14th assist. Then it was all Tampa, but not really though. I remember now. I'm kind of remembering things. I know it feels like it's been a week. Well, it has been a week since this game, but
it was a fairly close game. All the way until like the third period, where
halfway through the
put
third,
in 3.
Yeah. Scoreless second. It was 1-1 after the first. Patty Maroon tied it up. Then no goals in the second, and then the first half of the third period, it was still pretty close. And then I think Tampa was like, "Oh shit, we're the Lightning. This is not the same Blackhawk team we lost the cup to."
Oh yeah, they didn't look like the dominant Tampa Bay Lightning for like a majority of the game. Like the Hawks were staying with them, which was like cool, great. I'm glad you're doing that, but I just was surprised that it lasted as long as it did, really.
Were the Hawks staying with them, or was Tampa Bay letting them play with them?
I don't think that they came to even play. And
They
then
played
they
so much
decided to
hockey.
just win it at the end.
The amount of hockey this team's played over 3 years, and then they see dead last Chicago Blackhawks, they're probably like, we're gonna win this game. Let's chill a little bit.
Yeah, I think they took it a little easy.
Killorn scores, Hagel scores, Nicholas Paul scores. Cool for Hagel to get a goal back in Chicago on the power play too.
Yeah, he got 2 points, goal and assist. Love Hagel.
Yeah,
but I mean the trade was great. So
yeah. What's another thing that really stood out for me for this game is just it'll be the theme over the next 3 or the other 2 games too, but it's Stalock.
Mm-hmm.
How many times this season has he kept the Hawks within striking distance in games that they had no business being close?
Yeah, like, I mean, he's been playing stellar. If he didn't get hurt, like, I mean, we might have won like a couple more games during that time, but it's nice to see he's picked up right where he left off, and he kind of has been really consistent.
He 25 for 28. So the 4th goal was empty net. He even got a penalty this game.
Good.
Interference. Yeah, he got interference penalty in the 3rd, which I think was what led to the Hagel goal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm
Oh, yeah. Because he got Killorn cross-checked him.
So
it wasn't a power play, was it?
Oh no, it's crossed out. They canceled.
Yeah, it was. I think it was the Kachuk penalties where Hagel scored.
Fucking Boris, man, doesn't do anything. Anytime like I hear his name, it's like he's doing something stupid, throwing the puck up the middle to give up a goal, taking stupid penalties. Fuck you, Boris.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Hawks dropped that one 4-1, and well, we're expected.
How many L's was that in a row?
That was, I believe, 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They were what 13 losses out of the last 14 games at that point.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad. I mean, that's pretty good if you're looking for, top
First
round
overall
pick. First overall pick. Yeah. Then we go to Friday. Coyotes in town. Blackhawks make the announcement that they put Kara and who was it, Entwistle on LT or not LTIR IR. Called up Brent Seney.
Yeah.
Also, they called up Lukas Reichel.
Yeah.
This happened. Now, here's the big difference about this one. Reichel got called up earlier this season. He got called up same day, had to fly from Rockford to New Jersey, missed the morning skate, got thrown into the lineup, and got sent immediately right back down to Rockford following it because he was in the Rockford lineup the next day.
Yeah.
I believe they got called up on Wednesday or Thursday. So they were able to skate with the team. They were able to relax. They were able to, not feel rushed and all that. And I'm bringing that up because it was noticeable. I know you couldn't watch this game because of lovely blackout restrictions.
Yeah, I'm in Arizona's blackout market.
I was at the game.
Hell yeah.
And from his very first shift, everything you expected and wanted from Reichel, it looked like it was finally clicking. Dude, he was flying out there. He was just walking defenseman with his speed. He probably should have had a hat trick this game. The amount of times that he got in there and he hit the post, I think twice.
Damn.
Just got robbed on another one. Like the confidence he was having, he was stepping up into defensive shots off of faceoffs. Like knew exactly where to be in the defensive zone when the Hawks lost a draw. He knew where to be, where to go, and was putting himself in the right situation. His awareness when he's jumping on the ice, finding the puck, finding where he needs to be. The puck was finding him. Dude, it was so upsetting that we did not get to see his first career NHL goal that day because he fucking wanted it, and
he was feeling it.
He was feeling it, and it was even more noticeable because it wasn't the best hockey out there that day. You mean it's Blackhawks, Arizona Coyotes,
2 bottom tier teams.
Yeah, and it was so. There was times where it was like, okay, Blackhawks were just dominating. I think the first period they outshot them like 20, not 20, 12-5, I think.
Okay, yeah.
It was some ridiculous, and then of course the fifth shot in the first period for Arizona almost goes in, and it was just one of those typical like, oh my god, Blackhawks dominate this entire game, and Arizona gets one bounce, and they're gonna win this game 1-0.
No,
like that's exactly how it felt. No goals in the first period. Second period starts off pretty slow. That's when it was really sloppy. It was just neutral zone play, puck going back and forth. Nobody wanted to go in the zone. Finally, the Hawks get on the board. Jake McCabe gets his second of the season. He's having a fucking fantastic year, man. He is really playing great.
It's crazy because it's like with a team that's not doing so well offensively, he's a.
And we're back.
What I was saying was, Jake McCabe having a great season, and I was saying it's because his play doesn't really show up on the score sheet, but it's impressive for a team that's not so offensively talented on the scoreboard for sure. For him to be a +6 on a team that's basically all minuses,
yeah,
it's insane. You don't really notice because what he does isn't a score sheet thing,
man. And I get so annoyed when people say they're like, oh, it doesn't really matter or it doesn't show up on the score sheet. It's like, dude, that's a huge part of the game, though. It's
right.
like, yeah, points and all that's awesome, but there's so much more to it. Like, not everybody needs to be a point guy.
Yeah. I mean, one of the best players in the NHL doesn't score a point ever, Andre Vasilevsky. So, what are you talking about?
Oh man, yeah, but he's having a fantastic year, and I think he's really
up in his trade value. Yeah,
traded value. It'll be interesting too because I mean he'll have 2 years left at $4 million per.
I think that's a great contract.
It's not a bad contract, and it's just a matter of are you willing to bet that this is really his play, or is it like one of those lucky seasons like he's just looking really good because he's on a bad team?
Honestly, I think it's just one of those he's at that age where he's hit his stride. He's been in the NHL it's crazy because I feel like he's been in the NHL for a lot longer, but he's only played 464 games.
He's hurt a lot though.
Yeah, because of the way that he plays.
Yeah.
But he's kind of that age of just okay, I've done this enough. I know what I'm doing. It's the defenseman thing where it's they get better and it takes longer for them to get to better. And he's kind of hit that mark where it's he's solid and it just took him a while to get there. And it's good shit.
He had 21 minutes and 52 seconds of ice time on that Friday game too. So it's definitely being seen. I know he's partnered with Seth Jones, so I mean he's going to get a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
Speaking of trade with him though, it sounds like he would veto any trade to Canada.
McCabe would?
Yeah. So.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I don't know what Canadian team would be trading for him other than
Toronto as always, but I mean Toronto's connected to everybody. I feel like Toronto wants them.
Except for the fact that I feel like Toronto's only connected to guys that put points up. They're never really. I guess never mind because they had traded for Labushkin last year.
Toronto and New Jersey, I feel are connected to every single prospect or not prospect, available player. It's a free agent. Yeah. Oh, Toronto or New Jersey's looking at him. You're gonna trade for him? Oh,
I was gonna say New Jersey. Edmonton. I could see Edmonton wanting somebody because they just aren't good at keeping the puck out of their net. Yeah. But yeah, other than those two, Calgary's not. I don't think Calgary's good enough, but they have solid defense in Calgary. I don't
Calgary
know
what their deal is. They're starting to figure it out. So that's why.
Oh yeah, sure.
Weird, but
they're starting to figure it out. Besides the fact that they fucking lost to the Hawks on Sunday. Yeah. Anyway, back to this Arizona game real quick.
Yeah.
They fucking won, and Stalock again impressive. he actually gets the team's first shutout of the year.
22 saves.
Yeah, and like they're good. There's plenty of really good saves that he made.
10th career shutout too, by the way. So milestone.
There's a milestone.
There's a milestone.
There's a milestone. There you go. Yeah, man, it's good shit.
Yeah,
just a good game by him, and it's just getting fun to watch Stalock play. And the good thing is too, like I'm sure some team's gonna probably want him at the deadline. And as much as I like to keep Stalock, like we don't need to keep Stalock because we're trying to lose. And if we can get like a third, I would say a second at best, like for some team that like maybe they're having injuries, aka like Pittsburgh.
I'm looking at the roster that played on Friday.
Yeah.
Reichel, Ian Mitchell, everybody else. Yeah, you can get something for them. Like I'm not committed to this team, like the players on this team where it's like, yeah, it'd be cool if they're around, but if we can get something of value for them,
right?
Like knowing that core that's being built, that's playing junior hockey, that's playing college hockey right now, that's playing Rockford, that's just slowly molding and getting ready. It's like, hey, quicker we can move those guys up, the better, and less of a hurdle in front of them, kind of thing. Like I don't know. I know that's kind of a weird way to put it, but
we have like all these guys that we can get pieces in return for that would be the team that we're looking at. So I want to keep Reese Johnson though too.
Yeah, Reese Johnson.
Yeah, I love Reese.
And then Tyler Johnson, empty net goal to make it 2-0 in that game. All right, then Sunday, the continuation of the Reichel show. Finally gets on the board, his first career goal.
Yeah, fuck man, I got to watch this game and I was so stoked. I missed that goal because I didn't realize the game had come on, and I was like, oh shit, his first goal. And not only that, but like the Hawks do not score in the first period, let alone in the first 5 minutes of the game. Right. So that was all just a miracle.
But they did 2 out of the 3 games this week.
Yeah. And then the crazy thing too was like watching the highlight. I didn't even notice in the highlight, but he went between his own legs.
Yeah, he picked off the rebound.
This was so weird.
Yeah, he picked up Seth Jones' rebound and just one nice little. I mean, it wasn't like holy shit bar down between the legs, but it was like,
no,
hey, you put this. You're smart enough to like not try to like turn to
give himself the best shot.
Yeah, and all he needed was essentially a tap in.
Which luckily I think Markstrom just didn't get enough because it hit his arm like pretty solidly and then just snuck underneath it.
But yeah, so Reichel, congratulations, kid. Let's go. Let's keep it up. Lindholm ties it up pretty quickly. About 6 minutes later after that on the power play. Hawks power penalty kill just wasn't feeling it this game. They were 2 for 3. Calgary was 2 for 3 on the power play. But a lot back and forth scoring, and then another guy first goal of the season, Colin Blackwell.
Yeah, I think Colin Blackwell's been playing really well this season too. I actually whenever he has the puck, I'm like, okay, he might be able to do something here. I just believe in him. I don't know. There's a lot of times where he like just makes a nice quick move and gets it in his zone, gets it deep. Like he does a lot of smart things, and he just hasn't been rewarded. And it's been one of those like themes of the season of guys being like snake bitten, and like he finally puts one in just off a rebound, like wide open net, and I was just like, all right, there you go. Maybe that's like the monkey off his back, and maybe he gets a few more here in the next few games. But it's really good to see his like hard work being finally rewarded, because like I said, man, that he's out there and he's really noticeable, and I'm pretty glad we have him. Just glad he's finally getting on the board.
Yeah. So that ends the second period 2-1, or sorry, the first period 2-1. Second period kicks off 35 seconds in. Another guy who's been really working his ass off, and it hasn't been producing a lot, but it was good to see him get on the board again. Kurashev put his 5th goal of the season.
Yeah, he's getting a lot more shots off this year too. And you can see that he wants to produce more offensively. And watching this game, like Kurashev and Reichel, like they're starting to have like some chemistry.
They were talking crazy. So they were talking. I don't know if you saw the
I did see it.
Yeah,
I did see
they were saying Kurashev speaks 4 different languages, and German is one of them. So
and they speak together in German.
Yeah, so Reichel, sit there talking German. Like that's fucking awesome. Like to have that kind of connection is like unbelievable. So that's like maybe I got to add Kershaw to the list of don't trade him if that's gonna click.
They were finding each other like the entire game.
And this goal too.
It was crazy.
Yeah, this goal too is the patience that Reichel showed holding it and then giving it over to froze Markstrom.
Yep.
And just slid it over to Kershaw, who essentially just had to
he threaded it between two sticks as well. There was two defenders between them, and he was just like perfect pass right onto Kershaw's twig.
So the Calgary actually, after that goal, pulled Markstrom, who lit up 3 goals, I think, on 11 shots.
Yeah, it was like 11 or 12 shots or something.
Not a good performance.
11, you're right.
Yeah. Calgary was like, oh, fuck. Then, like, literally 30 seconds later, Huberdeau puts it up to make it 3-2. And then midway through the second, Kadri puts a power play goal to make it 3-3.
Those were both just kind of like broken plays. Like, guys were lost. I think on the Huberdeau goal, it was off a face-off, and then I don't know. I think it was Tyler Johnson that was right next to him, and he just started skating towards like a breakout, and then Huberdeau just had it all alone in front of the net. And then Kadri was kind of like a similar situation where it was maybe a little bit of a broken play, but he was just in the slot and just had it alone on the power play. I was like, okay,
just and it was like the penalty kill just had like a total like brain fart there. Like they just kind of forgot what they were doing.
Yeah, it's like, oh fuck. Dude, fucking Dan Vladar, when he came in after Markstrom left, like he made a lot of huge saves too.
Yeah, he was looking good out there. Like
I was thinking we were gonna end up losing this game because he was making a lot of really good saves.
Oh yeah, I mean 13 of 14, his one.
It's the overtime.
Was the overtime. I mean, a 929 save percentage. Like Calgary is lucky that they have this guy, essentially bailing them out because Markstrom is just not, after last year, phenomenal season, and he cannot figure it out this year. He's no shutouts. I was kind of surprised by that one. Like he had
he had 10 last year.
And
he had like 6 at this point of the season last year.
So
he had 2 in like the first week. Fucking ridiculous.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with Markstrom and what's going on with Calgary, but obviously this game's not going to be a confidence booster for them. Although I think they won last night or the other night.
Maybe.
I don't know. But going to overtime, minute in, Reichel. Oh God, he just walks a defenseman, gets the puck over to Dome, who does a nice little power move from the corner.
Yeah,
and fucking forces his way to the net, puts it in. And I just love Domi getting up and like, fuck yeah, like just screaming, fuck yeah, like, let's go. Like, God, I'm like, you think that this was like a playoff clinching goal or something, like how it fucking jacked Domi got.
It was kind of crazy, like the way the broken play kind of happened, because Domi like ended up falling down. Reichel ends up picking it up, coming off the bench, and then just the patience that he has and just threads the needle to Domi, and then the fact that he didn't just fire it right away, decided to hold it and cut across the crease and just buried it far side on like a dive. It's like, oh my God, what the fuck just happened? Like, this is great.
It's like shades of like vintage Kane watching Reichel these past 2 games. Like,
dude, Kane who? Like,
yeah, right.
But man, they've just capped off a 3-point night for fucking Lukas Reichel. It's just like, oh shit, is that the coming out party? Because like, I'm down. Like, he's so good. He's so fucking good.
And it's like, even if he doesn't, I mean, he's not gonna keep that pace up. Like he's gonna have bad games, and it's not gonna be all, oh shit, let's go, moments for him. But I think what you really need to take out of the whole Reichel situation is there was a lot of questions about him not being with his team already. And really, what was he going to get out of playing down in Rockford? I mean, we saw like, what was it, 11 games last season?
Yeah.
And at one point, he just seemed like he was playing 3rd, 4th line minutes. He looked like a non-factor out there when he was on there. Yes, you have he had a decent training camp. They tell him, hey, your offensively is great, but you got to work on XYZ, like your defensive zone and your 2-way hockey game. He goes down to Rockford. He's tearing up down in Rockford. He just got named. Well, I mean, I was gonna mention earlier, but he just got named an AHL All Star.
Yep.
And puts up 36 points in Rockford. It's doing the work, trying to improve, and comes up, and it's showing. And this is why people need to be patient.
Yep.
And let things develop the way that they need to be. The kid's 20 years old.
Yeah, I mean, people got to realize that like being in the NHL is not always the best option for some of our like up and coming talent.
100%.
And like that's just goes to show, like, yeah, he could have played on the team. Like the team's not going to be good, but like having him in the AHL and bringing him up now because Kaner was hurt, like giving him that opportunity and in those situations, like to replace what Kaner was doing, and he just fucking took it and ran. Like it's so good to see. Oh man, I can't wait to watch more of him, but like more of his game, and the fact that like hopefully he's not one of like Bowman's first round picks that Davidson ends up trading away, because
yeah,
he's the last one, isn't he? Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, he's the last first round pick that we have besides this previous year, because it was Kirby. Oh no, Nolan Allen.
Oh yeah.
That's the other one we have.
And I think he'll get traded. To just be honest, I think so. I think there's just there's too much of a logjam down there, and if he's got potential and they don't, I just think he might be the first one that they're like, okay, we need to move a defensive prospect. He's going to be first on the list, I think.
If it's anything like World Juniors, like Canadian team had it, where it was Korchinski, Del Mastro, then Nolan Allen, like we have all three of those guys. If he's third in line as well in our charts, like it doesn't even go to taking into account like any of the other defensemen we have, like Vlasic and Regula and Ian Mitchell and
Isaac Phillips and
Isaac Phillips. Yep, Galvis.
Yeah, I mean, we have so many good defensemen in the pipeline.
I mean, we have so many possibly good defensemen.
I think they're still good. I mean, for what the level they're playing at right now, I think they're really good. I mean, Del Mastro fucking had an amazing World Juniors. He was so good out there.
What else do we have? Korchinski, Vlasic, Philip Roos. He's Del Mastro, Galvis, Regula. Oh, Crevier.
So the Hawks win 2 in a row. It's the first time they won back-to-back games since the 4-game win streak in October.
Let's go.
Already tied wins for the month in all of December by January, what was it, 8th?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like,
yep.
Hey.
That's fine. It's okay to win some games every once in a while.
We got the league just where we want them. Here comes a playoff surge.
Here come the Hawks, the mighty Blackhawks.
Take all the attack. So
yeah, we got the Blackhawks.
3 stars. 3 stars of the game or the week.
Of the week.
I'm going number 1, Reichel.
Yeah.
Easily, yes. Reichel.
Number 2, Stalock. Easy.
Yeah.
Shutout, 2 wins.
And that checks off the milestone requirement that we have with all of our 3 stars of the week. Someone has to have a milestone.
Yes.
We can legitimately do Domi.
Yeah.
Or we can give it to Brandon Hagel. Give it to Brandon Hagel for scoring a goal back his first game back in Chicago, because I think it's kind of hilarious to always do a funny non-Blackhawk pick. McCabe could be one too, like you said.
Seth Jones.
No.
Why not? He's an all-star, and he scored the first power play goal for a defenseman in 2 years. I think Seth Jones has it.
Seth Jones? All right.
He's an all-star.
Oh, don't even say that.
All-star Seth Jones.
You want to
Chicago Blacks. Chicago Blackhawks all-star Seth Jones.
Whoa. You're getting the show canceled right here. Holy
I didn't mean to do that. That
what is going on here? Whoa. And you had to say
I was going to say Chicago Blackhawks as in like our all-star, like Chicago Blackhawks. And then I just like stuttered in my brain.
Chicago Blacks. Wow.
Blackhawks.
Wow. Wow, Tanner. All right. 2023, man. Just no. You want to talk about that real quick though? Seth Jones being the all-star. How ludicrous is that? Honestly.
Have you heard of his trade value going up? That is All Star Seth Jones.
At the time that he was named All Star, he was 7th in the team in points. He was leading the team as a minus 26. He's
leading the team.
Missing a lot of games from injury.
He got hurt?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did get hurt. That's funny.
That's a broken thumb.
I forgot about that.
But it's like, why? What? I don't understand. I legitimately looked when I saw the news that he was the All-Star, legitimately looked to see if I missed the Patrick Kane trade.
Oh, yeah, no.
I was looking. I'm like, what happened here?
But I don't know who decides it, but sure.
Who would you have taken over him? Patrick Kane.
Yeah.
Gome. Taves is playing great.
Yeah.
Jake McCabe, if you're gonna go to Halt's had to send a defenseman, he doesn't have the
points. He doesn't have the offensive upside. That's 15 points. Seth Jones.
You need defense in 3-on-3 hockey, and McCabe will give you defense in 3-on-3 hockey.
Seth Jones, 13 points. Yep. Jake McCabe's got 11 points. I don't know. They have the same amount of goals.
Like, I don't understand it. Radish, I would have taken Radish. 15 points, 10 goals, 5 assists.
I would have just done like Max Domi. He's leading the team in points. But I don't know, at the time, maybe he wasn't.
McCain was still leading.
Yeah.
But
I mean, cool. Whatever.
I don't understand.
You can vote for Patrick Kane.
Yeah, I think voting ends at midnight, so hope you voted. Everybody listening.
Oh, does it end today?
It's today, yeah.
Damn. All right, I gotta do it.
Pacific time, I think. And then what's interesting too here is Mike Commodore did the updated Masters Green Jacket race.
Yes.
Out of the 7 he put up there, the Hawks represent 4 spots.
Hell yeah, dude.
7th place, Jonathan Toews minus 21. 6th place, Seth Jones minus 22. Kurashev at 5th place at minus 23. Patrick Kane is in a tied for 3rd with John Kleinberg at minus 24. Drake Batherson at minus 27. And Ryan O'Reilly is currently leading the field at minus 28.
Ryan O'Reilly, Ryan O'Reilly and Jonathan Toews are both former Selke winners, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah, so well, guess what happens when you play on dog shit hockey teams?
You get a lot of goals scored against you.
Yeah, you get a lot of goals scored, and you get a chance to win your green jacket. So, not a lot of hockey looking up this week. We're going to be actually recording on Monday next week, so only 2 games between now and then. On Thursday tonight, the Colorado Avalanche coming to town. They are 20-16-3, currently 6th place in the Central Division. Just being riddled with injuries has just really affected the defending Stanley Cup champions.
Yeah, they just recently got McKinnon back, though. I don't know if you. Oh, actually, did you see that goal that he scored the other day? I think it was against St. Louis, where he just looked like he was shot out of a cannon and then just completely split the D at like center ice. It was insane.
His new deal kicks in next year, right?
Yep, like 12.6. Oof. Yeah, I mean, I would say it's still their league still their championship to lose. Like the team, sure they're not like in first place, but like we said, they've been injured so badly.
You were saying before we started recording, it's like all they gotta do is make the playoffs. They'll get healthy and maybe
they'll get healthy.
Yeah, make a move or two, get a couple extra pieces there to kind of shore up everything. Yeah.
Landeskog hasn't played a game all year. Valeri Nichushkin's been in and out of the lineup with injuries.
They're 2 points behind Edmonton for the last wild card spot.
That's so silly because Edmonton's been fairly healthy besides Evander Kane, who is going to be coming back like this month.
Yeah. Thought he was done for the year.
You just want to move into NHL talk then?
I guess. Well, real quick here. No, because we got the big story with Keener.
Yeah.
And also I fucking forgot to look. What day did they play Seattle? Saturday?
Yes. Oh yeah, we were talking about games coming up this week. Yes, Seattle, Saturday.
Seattle
Good.
12-4. They're third place in the Pacific Division. They are currently, as of this moment, on a 6-game heater, 7-2-1 in their last 10. Jesus. And 2 points behind LA for the second spot in the Pacific Division.
It's weird because I think last week they were like out of the wild card.
Yeah. But that just shows it's like a lot of these teams, like the Western Conference, Edmonton's at 45 points. Then you got St. Louis at 45 points, Nashville 44, Colorado 43, fucking Vancouver's at 37. They're still like I think we even said last week, you were one good week of hockey away from being back in the playoffs.
Yeah, pretty much. You were like everybody's in the hunt.
And then it's like, yeah, I mean, even it's kind of separating a little bit in the East. Fucking Buffalo, man.
Buffalo's still hanging in there.
7-3 in their last 10.
Yeah, but what they were probably like 3-7 in the previous 10.
Yeah. They're a plus 17 or plus 7. Yeah, plus 17 goal differential too. Fuck, man. A team that I thought it was crazy before, but man, they should look at Kane.
Yeah. I mean, they could use someone like him.
Kane with Tage Thompson.
I don't know if they'd put Kane with Tage Thompson.
I was saying though, like having like that like together on the same team, like
I mean, Kane just finding him on the power play would be just disgusting. But I think it's like, is Tage Thompson playing wing or is he playing center?
That's a good question.
I'll just look up on their depth chart or on the Cap Friendly.
Because legitimately, the only thing I see about Tage Thompson is when he scores fucking 12 goals a game and like those are stupid numbers.
Depth chart. He's playing center. Okay, he centers Skinner and Tuck. Huh. Okay. I don't know why I thought he was playing wing.
31, 57 points for him this year. Jesus.
Just Kaner playing. Wow. I can see why they're not like that great.
they're legit.
Their first line is playing really well, and then Dylan Cousins has got 39 points in 39 games, so that's fucking impressive. But other than that, like right now they have Dylan Cousins' line mates as Rasmus Asplund and Vinny Hinostroza, and they each have 8 points.
It's like I feel like they're just a couple pieces away. Like you get a player Kane on that team, and you need to really, like you said, they need to build out that top six. You can't have
if he replaces Vinny Hinostroza super easily.
Yeah.
And if they wanted a left wing, like I don't know who'd be available other than Max Domi, Andreas Athanasiou.
We'll put Kane, Domi, and we'll send McKay back to him so they can get a little back end help there too.
I don't know who Matthias Samuelsson is actually. Oh, that's the kid that they signed to a new deal too.
2000, 2002, 99, 2000. Fuck, dude.
He signed a 7-year deal for like under $5 million. And this kid played less than 60 games at the time in the NHL. And he signed a 7-year deal. What the fuck? That's so weird. But yeah, they got Rasmus Dahlin, who's like having a great year.
Yeah, is he finally living up to the hype?
46 points in 38 games.
Yeah, let's go.
And then their second line defensemen are Owen Power and Henry Jokiharju.
Well, all this Buffalo talk came from.
They need goalies. Maybe they want Stalock.
Yeah. All this Buffalo talk came from, possible Kane going there. Well, there's a little wrench in the Kane trade plan here. He hurt his knee against San Jose.
Oh, okay.
Then he tried playing Tuesday against Tampa Bay, re-injured it, didn't play the complete third period of that game. Didn't practice the rest of the week, didn't play Friday against Arizona. Talked to the media Friday after the morning skate and said that, I could probably play Friday. I could have played tonight, but, I just want to give the extra rest. That turns into doesn't play against Calgary, which turns into him not skating with the team at all this week. He skates for 30 minutes on his own before the actual team practices, and he gets off. He's watching practice from the bench today. To now that he's probably not going to play on Thursday tonight against Colorado. All of this is turning from a thing that I could play if I need to, but I'm just trying to play it safe. And I mean, if that's in this type of season, yeah, there's no reason. You're more valuable right now, not being seriously hurt. But now what is causing, Joker from Dark Knight, just wants to watch the world burn vibes. Elliot Friedman talks on his 32 Thoughts podcast, saying that the Blackhawks are debating shutting Kane down for the year, sign him to a 1-year extension, and essentially doing this whole year again where won't they trade him? I don't know where this all came from all of a sudden.
So this is, I mean, what I get from that though too is Kane cool with re-signing for the purpose of getting traded?
Yeah, that's
is that what the idea was this year, was get traded at the deadline and then maybe sign back in Chicago? Because that's what it sounds like. If he's already cool with re-signing in Chicago, then
just re-sign somebody.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, don't do that, because if you wanted to trade him and then just re-sign him in the offseason. Gotcha. But what we've been wanting and hopefully happening is have him go and do a little playoff action and then come back to Chicago and continue racking up the points in the franchise and try and become the franchise all-time leader in points.
So after Tuesday's skate, he talked to NBC Sports Chicago, and here's his quote. And again, this throws up what is not being said that Friedman knows versus what's being told by Kane and the Blackhawks. Kane says, the last 2 games I probably could have played. It's just we knew we had 3 days in between, so it's just better to be cautious with it and had some treatment coming in. So trying to be smart with it right now, but hopefully I'll be back soon. So it's how do you hear that from? It sounds like a player who tweaks something and is just trying to get back on the men, and we're shutting him down for a complete season.
Yeah, that's weird. I understand not rushing back, because obviously why would you want to get re-injure or re-aggravate whatever it is on a team that is clearly not making the playoffs? And if you're going to get traded to a team that's going to make the playoffs, you don't want to just get there and be like, hey man, I'm fucking hurt still, so let's relax.
And that's what I so I wrote a little article for Hockey Buzz talking about this, and I the couple things I looked at was, how is this going to affect any potential trades? Will teams be more hesitant to make the move on him because of the injury concern? And if they do make an offer, how much lower is the value? Are they going to lowball the Hawks for him? And 2, if they're not willing to make the trade until they see him as he's healthy, he's back out there playing, is it going to get to a point where it's too late, where all the teams are like, you know what, we can't wait any longer. We need to fix our holes and we need to get going? Or is Kane a type of player that these teams are willing to take the chance and wait to see if he can have it, or they can have him?
I don't know.
And then I also was talking about how at the beginning of the season, I said that if Hawks do not trade Taves and Kane, I consider that the first failure of the Kyle Davison tenure as a GM, because I thought there was more value to them being traded, getting the picks, prospects, whatever. Let's go. But now, as the season's gone and seeing where the Hawks are at, the idea of him being here next year, for even if it's only till next trade deadline, and potentially having Bedard or Fantilli on the team playing with him, dude, I'll take 50 games of Kane with one of those guys over trading him for a first-round pick that potentially could turn into somebody.
I mean, if we end up getting one of those guys and Kane finishes the season out on the Hawks, sign Kane for 8 more years, bud. Fuck it.
Kane being, and and Reichel being centered by Bedard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh God. Six to
It's
midnight.
it's not a very big line, but I can tell you what, it's gonna be fucking good.
You don't have to be big when you're fucking tearing past everybody, fucking putting up goals every time you touch the puck.
I mean, if Reichel and Kurashev just have like the chemistry that they're building, and like that's just one of the lines, and then the other line is Bedard and Kane, like great. The
A
top
top
six
six
looks
with those,
good.
yeah, with those two, and then you just gotta find like get like a big piece to protect
if
each of them.
if Taves can be on like one of those lines, like I like Taves. I want him to stay in Chicago too.
No.
Like if he was the center between Reichel and Kurashev, like great if that works out. But Domi was playing okay. But Domi was playing great as the center for their line these past few games, so it was
Dude,
pretty cool.
if you're able to keep Taves at a cheap deal and re-sign Domi, and then you have Domi centering like, or no, because Domi's center, we only need one center. Because Bedard's a center.
Domi can play left.
Okay, Domi, Bedard, Kane, and then Kurashev, Taves, Reichel.
Yeah, that's if you want to keep Domi.
I'd fuck with those.
Fuck those.
I'd fuck
Yeah,
with those six, that top six. Let's go.
it'd be pretty nasty.
But yeah, it's going to be
good to build around.
so playing armchair GM real quick here. What would you do in the situation? Would you shut Kane down, thinking as long as he's got the extension in place? Would you still try to
I would still try to move him.
Yeah,
because even if he's shut down until the playoffs, like you get Kane at playoff time, I don't see how this could be something that lasts all the way until like mid-April.
If anything, I could see this helping his trade value more because you're getting rested Kane.
Rested Kane, plus you don't have to like even if we were to like you don't have to do any cap management if it's if he's hurt till playoffs. Like you don't have to take on like bad contracts. You don't have to do all this other like cap maneuvering because like his deal, if anything, is if it's on LTIR, like it's like you can just move that, and then when it's playoff time, the fucking cap doesn't matter.
Do you remember last time Kane was hurt going into the playoffs?
Yeah,
Blackhawks won a Stanley Cup.
That's right.
You want to hurt?
And
Kane
we got Antoine Vermette, and you know who didn't like it? The Tampa Bay Lightning.
That was actually so Kane missing that game on Friday was the first game he missed for he missed 5 games for COVID, but that was the first injury he's missed since he broke his collarbone in 2015.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So he's been pretty healthy, and I can't see this hurting his value, but if teams are lowballing the Hots because they think, oh, he's hurt, we can, we don't want to pay full price for him. Fuck that. Keep him. At that point, there's no reason to sell. I'd rather lose.
I mean, if you're able to get anything, like if there is a way, or we already know for sure that he's gonna re-sign in the offseason, trade him for anything. Who cares? Getting like assets back is great, and then it's just whatever bidding war, like whoever fucking wants to bid the most.
I think him re-signing the offseason is if he gets shut down. That's the discussion right now, is that the Hawks would re-sign him. Which it doesn't make sense.
Like re-sign him right now because he's not going to play the rest of the year.
It's shut down or something. I don't know. Like, that's why it's like I don't understand what is being why it's being discussed.
Yeah, what is this injury then?
It's a knee injury, I believe.
Yeah, but like is it that bad that it like he's done for the rest of the year?
But that's what I don't understand, because he keeps saying he could be playing. He really
right. Like that's what's confusing.
Like I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand how you go from one to another, like one minor thing to such a fucking extreme on the other end.
Weird.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I got for NHL or Hawks talk.
Okay.
Oh, Salak's probably going to be missing on Thursday with non-COVID related injury, illness. Brett Seney was sent down, and they called up Jackson
Stauber.
So Mrazek will probably get the net against Colorado, so that's going to probably be
fine.
I don't know, actually. Yeah, Mrazek's been playing all right. So
yeah, no, Mrazek's been playing well. Stalock's been playing well. The stats don't show it because the Hawks don't score.
all right.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, Seattle's going to probably be the tougher game because we beat them and they're probably pissed about it still.
Yeah. Stalock should be back by that too.
Yeah, I would assume, unless he's like still sick. I mean, this whole thing is just like, if you're injured or you're sick, like, don't worry about it. We're not out here trying to win games.
Don't rush it. All right, NHL Talk. We already mentioned Evander Kane. This report, they're shooting for January 20th for his return from that nasty cut on his wrist.
When we were talking to JR.
That Jeremy Roenick broke the news for us, which is still probably one of my favorite moments of this podcast history.
It's so crazy to me, either if it's medical technology or just like how quick like these players are able to heal because of just how like they're built.
They're freaks.
Yeah. Like, because it's only been like a month right now. Right? Because when did he that was the beginning of December?
No, that was like no, so it's been like 2 months. That was like early mid-November.
Let's see. Evander, it was early November. Never mind. I don't know why I thought it was last month.
But still,
so it's been 2 months. And then his estimated return is on like the 20th. So it'll be like 2.5 months at that point. And for an injury where it was like life threatening.
Yeah.
It's so crazy to think about to me too, because like I'm just thinking about like how his like those tendons and all those muscles that work in that,
you almost got to learn how to use your hand a little bit too, like
and he's just like, I'm coming back this year. Like, okay, sounds good. He's gonna probably score a goal in his first fucking game back.
He's gotta make his bookies happy. Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah.
Talk about milestones, baby. Most multi-goal blown leads through 40 games all time with their 8th blown lead.
It's such a weird milestone stat because it's like so cherry picked of the time, like 40 games. Not like a season. Not even half a season, but 40 games.
I wonder what like the season record is.
Oh,
I don't know. It sucks to be Vancouver fans because it's like you're not good enough to compete, but you're good enough to compete yourself right out of like decent draft position. And it's like you kind of like don't have that opportunity to make moves in the lottery. Because I don't think right now they can go to 1 where they're sitting.
Where they're sitting, I have it right here. So what is it? The top 10, right?
I think so.
Bottom 10. Vancouver's, they could make it to 1.
Oh, they can?
Well, they're like 7th or 8th.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, they're 7th right now. They're 26th in the league.
Yeah, they're out. It would be that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah,
Florida's the team that wouldn't be able to get number 1. They're the first one.
I'm hoping they're probably hoping that happens since Montreal has their pick.
Oh, true.
Montreal has that pick and it's not protected because
what the hell? Florida.
Yeah, they're not even good, man.
They trade away Huberdeau and Weegar for Chuck, and we're like, yep, that makes us better.
They fumbled the bag on that one.
Yeah, but it gives them more flexibility in the future, I think. So, and it gives them a guy that they can look for that's going to be definitely better in 6 years versus Huberdeau. So,
NHL Talk for that. Florida, and they're hosting the All Star game. Speaking of All Star game, did you see some of the stuff that they're talking about for the fucking skills competition?
Wasn't it like shooting like pucks at crocodiles or some shit?
Frozen hamburgers at
frozen hamburgers.
Golf hockey hybrid events, like
a Happy Gilmore.
Dude, somebody's gonna fucking like lose their hand Chubb style in this, like, and it's gonna probably be Zegras because he's gonna
Evander Kane.
Wrap the bow on it.
I think Zegras would be too scared to get anywhere near a crocodile.
Yeah, he was afraid of the teddy bear.
That's right. I was gonna say Chad Kirk scared him in the teddy bear costume. So,
yeah. So that'll be and those league jerseys potential for the All Star Game 2 is like the old school Western Eastern Conference style with like the black, teal, and pink colorway. Oh God, those are fucking filthy.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to rock a Seth Jones one.
It's like something wrong with your face.
Seth Jones. But no, it's awesome. Like, I hope they kind of go back to that old school style a
Yeah.
little bit
Well,
more.
when you were mentioning milestones like Vancouver, I was also thinking of the other milestone that got hit recently with Connor McDavid.
Oh, yeah, that I fucking even asked you about before we recorded. There was
Yeah.
he did lately.
He hit 500 assists and became, what was it, the sixth quickest player to 500 assists, I believe. I think it's six. It's definitely top seven.
Yeah,
He has 500 right now. He has 501 assists in 529 games. Like, how fucking stupid is that?
it's so stupid. Oh, and Draisaitl hit career assist number 400 in the same game.
Wow, cool. You too. Your team sucks. Your team's bad.
How can you have two of the best players in the league and be so bad still?
My favorite is there's on Reddit. It was either the NHL Reddit or the hockey Reddit, and somebody had posted like it's just like a photo meme where it's like a trailer with like a Bugatti and the carport, and it's like McDavid and Draisaitl are the Bugatti, and the trailer's the Edmonton Oilers. It's like this is this franchise. It's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh man. Yeah. Do you have anything else for NHL talk?
Not really. I mean, I think, what was it? Matthews and Marner each hit
Oh, Marner hit like
500
500 career
points.
points. Yeah.
500 points. Like, that's pretty. Everybody's getting 500s all around. It's crazy
Dude,
that
hockey's just fucking.
McDavid's only been in the league what, a year longer than Matthews, and he's at 500 assists,
Yeah.
and Matthews is at 500 points.
McDavid's going to be the second 2,000 point player, isn't he?
I think he can be. It should have been Crosby. Crosby missed like 2 full years and still came back and
All
has
right.
been dominant, but just wasn't the way he used to be.
Talk about the perfect transition. So we'll wrap this up with my riding pine question. I heard kind of question this on another show, and I thought, look, let's talk about it. You could give one player a career redo. Who would it be?
Either Lindros or Crosby.
And in the show I was listening to, they said that they would love to give Aaron Hernandez a career redo.
Oh Jesus, yeah, okay, I saw that too.
That was fucking hilarious. But yeah, no, Crosby, Lindros. Honestly, I would probably throw Taves in there too.
I mean, he
had a concussion
I don't.
issues.
Yeah,
And I'm talking about like a clean slate. Like, he goes back to where he was when he was drafted, and that's before his illness and all that kind of stuff. And would you give him a career redo? No, and let them have them knowing what is going on in their career so they can adjust stuff to protect themselves going forward. Like Crosby, like, keep your head up a little bit more, or like, like, I don't know, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like you have that,
like, don't come back too quickly when you had that first concussion.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, you have the knowledge. It's like the whole
I would just assume that it wasn't like a replay of every inch for inch of like what they played.
Well, no, but I'm saying though, it's like, career redo with the knowledge of knowing
Crosby, don't fucking get a concussion. And if you do,
I know
take a seat.
I fucked the phrasing up on that. I know, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, with the knowledge of like what happened, I don't know. I feel like that's just getting too philosophical.
Well, no, I think too. Like, I just think though, like you said though, it's like, go back. All right, cool, redo. If I get another concussion, hey, fucking, if I get a concussion, take the time, let it heal right the first time. Don't fucking rush back.
Lindros, just play for Quebec.
Did you see what Quebec wanted from Detroit for Lindros? Because there was talks of Detroit trading for him.
No, I didn't.
It was a package that include Zetterberg, or not Zetterberg, Yzerman and Lindros.
Wait, what? In Lidstrom?
Yeah.
Yzerman and Lidstrom?
Yeah.
I mean, the package that Philly sent was like Forsberg and someone else. So I mean, it was a million players, but Forsberg was a part of it.
Like, it was just like, can you imagine if Detroit did that and they lose like two of them, like one of the most iconic players that pretty much tortured Chicago?
I mean,
what ifs, man? What ifs?
What ifs? Just seeing this post from Charlie Yotes about Stalock being out because of illness, and apparently Scott Foster was on the ice for practice.
Yeah, I like the Charlie guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, I got nothing else.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, World Juniors finished. That was about it.
Canada won. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
US won bronze, 8-7 in overtime.
Jesus. Yeah, they lost to Canada 6-2. They were up 2-1. Woo.
Yeah, so
I did like just Bedard real quick. I like the fact that like they wanted to ask him about him right away, and he was like, "This isn't about me. Let's not talk about me at all. Like we just won."
This
like
is why hockey players are so much better than every other athlete.
That's why the kid's got his head on right, you know.
Feed me Bedard. I want him on Chicago.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking Michigan for his first goal. How nasty would that be if that was your first goal in the NHL?
I saw somebody say, like, can you imagine the Flyers somehow win the first overall pick in that first game of Bedard being coached by Torts? Torts might quit on the spot if they drafted.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know why I just thought of this too. Like Ovechkin goes for like the the milestone goal and fucking the first time ever he does the Michigan. How sick would that be?
Oh my God. Let's go. That would be awesome. Oh, I want Ovechkin to do something very like un-Ovechkin like for his record.
It's gonna be an empty netter.
He's at 809 right now. 29 goals for the season. Dude, he's going to do good, just good enough this season to make us all think that he can do it next year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that it's going to come down to the wire next year. And then
I think it's going to be, I still am standing, it's going to be early 2024, 2025 season.
Yeah.
Like maybe November. Especially not, but it's especially now that he's got Backstrom back.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy because he was possibly not even going to come back.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll wrap this up.
Be on the lookout.
Episode 208. What do you want to call it, Tanner?
Welcome to the Reichel Show.
Let's go. I actually had that written down. So
did you really?
Yeah. I was like, oh, if he's not prepared, I got one. But all right, episode 208. Welcome to the Reichel Show. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. Follow us all there. 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Thumbs up on YouTube. Social media, WCB Podcast. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Love you, boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jerem and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.